Okay, so this is going to be the beginning of Unit 5, which is the kind of the foreign policy, foreign diplomacy, global conflict intervention kind of unit. So it starts by looking at the expansionism, also known as imperialism. And I have it, pretty well broken down. You can work this one of two ways. You can either come to the global to the Google Doc and just kind of work your way through the Google Doc. There's questions for you to answer that are supporting territorial expansion at the turn of the century, what's kind of making the U.S. be interested in that. You've also got this idea of, people getting involved in the Spanish-American War, the Panama Canal. So I have the videos kind of broken up this way. You can also go to, so maybe to kind of make it a little bit easier, I also put it here. So you've got it kind of broken down for you in this way. You can see the questions, answer the questions, create a map that depicts the territorial expansion of the United States in the early 20th century. Find two quotes from the time period, one that supports expansion and one that does not. And so you're going to kind of create that. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Shouldn't take too long. There's not a ton of videos. I tried to kind of be a little bit shorter with that. So just go ahead and work your way through those questions. That should be released. If I remember correctly, it will come out on Monday. One would think you should be able to pretty well have it done maybe by Wednesday. I don't know. I'll probably have two of the inquiries out and then maybe have the deadlines like a week away from that. So anyways, just be looking at Google Classroom, but hopefully that kind of summarizes it. One thing I did notice is that I didn't put in a ton of information about Mahan's naval theory. I believe the American Yacht touches on that. Mahan's naval theory is the idea that naval strength means a strong country, strong trade, very much about this kind of trading relationship. And so one of the big motivating factors with expansionism has to do with this notion of trade. Remember that in the Gilded Age, you have increased production, right? We've got, we're making a lot of stuff, and you're also beginning to have this emerging nativism, this idea that maybe we don't want so many immigrants. Well, if you're not going to be adding people into your own country to consume goods, then you're going to need to go find markets elsewhere. And so one of the notions that's going to come out of this is going to be this idea of kind of, hey, let's go get markets someplace else. Now, you also combine that with kind of that progressive tendency to be kind of bossy and kind of know-it-all and want to tell people what to do, as well as some good old-fashioned, white superiority, and the notion that American culture, Anglo-American society is superior. Those things are going to kind of create a perfect storm and kind of help justify some of this imperialism and expansionism. So anyways, hopefully just kind of wanted to mention that. But you can kind of work your way through the videos and see. I said you can either do it here on the Google Doc, or you can go to the Google Slides if you feel like that makes it a little easier to follow along. Be sure you read chapter 19, and because that will help fill you in on some of that information. And I think that's it.